CentralValleyTalk.com.
All right, welcome back to Cage Radio. And one of the things that I forgot to ask Kid Dynamite was, do you get to keep these belts? Because I hear some fighters have to give their belts back, some promotions let you keep it. But these are actually your belts.
These are mine to keep.
You make sure you put that in the contract.
Yeah.
Now, who is negotiating your contracts? Do you negotiate your own contracts?
I managed myself for a little while. When I first got into the game, when I was living with Uriah, I was with the management agency called MMA Inc. I moved from Sacramento, so it wasn't logistic to be working with those guys. I wasn't in the area. Started managing myself, and I did really well for myself being at that stage in my career. Got myself some good fights, managed myself to into both of these title fights. But now I'm actually, since I've been involved with Peak, I'm working with Todd Lawley, who's been great for me, and that's who does all my business now. He takes care of me.
Okay, well, let's not talk specifically about Todd and your contracts, but an MMA agent, what exactly is it that they do for you? I mean, are they setting up your fights for you? Are they trying to get you sponsorships? Some do this, some do that.
I think it's going to depend on who you're dealing with. I think there's all levels. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Some guys get tied up with the first guy that they meet that says they're managing them, and the guy don't do anything for them.
Right.
And then you have the opposite end who's a good guy who's out there hustling for you, who's getting you sponsors, who's getting you noticed, getting you where you need to be, getting you the right fights, understands the game, you know, continually trying to move you forward, try to make a career out of it. And I think where I'm at right now, I'm in a good place. I'm definitely getting pushed in that direction.
And what are the rates? How do they make money? They take a percentage of your...
I think they're all different.
Really?
You know, everything's different. I kind of got my own deal going right now, but a lot of them do a percentage of your fight purse, a percentage of your sponsorship money. I don't really want to get into the details of what I'm doing, but
yeah, I was just curious. I had no idea. One of the other things too is, now are these 5-minute rounds in both of these?
Yeah.
5-minute rounds.
Yeah, neither of those. These were both finished in the first round.
Right. Yeah, as most of your fights are. But now the PFC, they fight for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I noticed is, I mean, I don't fight, but I mean, you guys, I've watched more of these fights than I haven't. It seems like in the PFC, right when you get down on the ground and in a position to do something to somebody,
yeah, that's
like it doesn't seem like there's enough time for the submission part of it. Or am I just crazy?
That's definitely a factor.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah, 3-minute rounds are short. I mean, it plays. I mean, anything can happen, you know.
Right.
But if you're dependent on your game, if you're a jiu-jitsu guy and you're working for some submissions, you can find yourself in trouble. You spend a little bit of time on bottom. Next thing you know, the round's over. You lost.
Right.
You know, it can
Right.
work in the favor of wrestlers. They get on top, they get a little ground and pound, don't give up any submissions, they win the round, you know. But they also make for exciting fights.
Absolutely.
Shorter rounds, guys aren't so hesitant to go out and feel each other out. It's bam, I got 3 minutes to go prove something, so let's get after it. And I think that was the idea that they had over there, and they're trying to push the more exciting
pace.
Yeah, push the pace. Let these guys. Let's not have a drawn out 25-minute fight. Let's shorten it up and just let these pit bulls go at it.
Okay. Now, the medical expenses. You get a broken arm, you get cut up. Who takes care of that?
It depends. If you have medical insurance, obviously that's a huge bonus.
But that's something that's coming out of your pocket. It's not something that these shows are providing for you.
Well, if it is a sanctioned show, I know I don't want to quote any specifics or how it works, but I know that there are some obligations of the show to purchase medical insurance for the fighters. It's not like if you break your back, they're not going to pay for all your back surgeries, but up to a certain amount of money, whether it be, I don't know, somewhere between $5,000 and $15,000. If it's a sanctioned show, you're going to be covered.
Okay, so your face gets cut.
You get some stitches, yeah.
You let the doctor go ahead, ringside, they take care of that,
and
that's that. Dr. Diego, I guess you've had some experience with him.
Yeah.
Dr. Diego, what's up, bro? Just want to give a shout out to him.
Yeah.
But All right, we're running a little bit low on time. We're gonna come back and do a couple of interviews. I want you to shout out and thank any of your sponsors and tell them once again how they can get a hold of you.
Well, first and foremost, I just want to say what's up to all my family and friends and fans out there. My beautiful fiance Tiffany, her kid Alexa, and then my sponsors, obviously my clothing company, Cage International, MMA Elite Apparel, located over there on Blackstone. Those guys are hustling some good gear. If you need anything, stop by. They got anything you need. Jay's Auto Body right here in Fowler. I want to thank Pacific Martial Arts for taking care of me. Julian Fury, another clothing company. And last but definitely not least, the boys over at TU, Triumph United, Hans and Loco, great guys, and they've been taking care of me as well.
All right, fantastic. And I'd love to have those guys on sometime. So
yeah.
If we can make that happen, that'd be fantastic. And anybody else from Pacific Martial Arts, because I hear that's just an absolute fantastic place. Kid, I really appreciate you coming out and joining us. I appreciate you bringing the belts. May 15th, I think you said. I think that's your next fight?
Strikeforce, yep.
Okay.
Well, if it all works out, that's
right.
The plan. If we get the right opponent and everything works out, I'm going to be really excited to fight on that show.
Okay.
Should be great.
When will we know that a contract's going to be signed? Is that like 2 weeks or something?
In a week or so here.
Okay.
I mean, the sooner the better for me. That way I can get my head on, get ready to go.
And then you'll be able to tell us who you're fighting and all that.
Yeah,
well, we'd love to have you back to hear about that and to hear about your less than one round victory that I'm sure will be coming up in the future. Again, thank you for coming out. When we come back, we're going to do a couple of quick interviews that allegedly Spoonie G taped last night. And stay tuned. We'll be right back. Cage Radio.